Alright guys,
We are
this
live.
is Intimate ZVX with Stoic, part number 5, game number 3, and I'm Stoic Regret.
I am Stoic Nuvo.
Alright,
This is David versus, on the North American server, his name is Nero Mod, but in Korea, his name is DaisyPRIME, Code A player from the Prime team.
I don't think he's code anymore, not at all.
Code B now,
No.
probably.
Code G.
Code G. There's no such thing as
G for good.
Very good player. Prime
G
doesn't
for
pick up nobodies.
okay,
Okay, ready?
31 seconds.
We are
I
at
messed
21
that one up.
seconds.
31, yeah.
31.
Call it.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, play.
Alright, so versus Protoss on Xel'Naga Caverns. I really don't like this map.
I don't know why you don't
Against
veto
anybody.
this shit.
I don't veto anything. I really should.
Because
Maybe
this
I'll
doesn't even
start
show up
doing
in
that.
tournaments anymore.
Yep.
Veto Xel'Naga, all Zergs out there. There's no point playing it.
This is the plan. We all veto Xel'Naga so that everybody else decides to veto it also, because they think, well, if everybody's going to veto it, I'm going to veto it also. And then now we have a free veto, because if everybody vetoes Xel'Naga Caverns, then we don't have to veto Xel'Naga Caverns.
I don't think that would work, only because if we all veto it and they know it, they're just not going to veto it because they know they don't need to. Well, no, because they have to play each other on it. Yeah, maybe.
I don't know what you just said.
I don't know. They get
Alright,
they get the
so-
free veto, basically.
On this map, I almost always 14-14, especially against players I've played before. Because I know that on a map like this, he's probably going to 3-gate expand. Because I've played DaisyPRIME many times. So I assume that he's going to be 3-gating expanding, so I'm going to be doing a normal 14-14 opening. Alright. So, first Overlord sent to his base. It's enough time to usually not lose it. I've lost it before, people chronoing out a Stalker. Before there's Zealot, etc. And the second Overlord on top of my natural, just in case he decides to do some funky shenanigans. I mean, proxy 2-gate, the positioning is to put it behind the expansion minerals. That can be really annoying if you don't know it's coming. And as you can see, I'm actually scouting here because I kind of lost track of his probe. So I was just being sure that he wasn't proxying me. Okay, there it is. I found it now. But yeah, whenever you have a doubt like that, just take the time to send the drone out, because you should usually see the
Yeah,
the
it
probe.
won't set you that far back if you send
Yeah.
that one drone.
And to be honest, you really should send the probe. You really should spot the probe. So if you don't see it, usually something's happening. Because you know, when my second Overlord went down there, he wasn't there on top of my minerals, so he wasn't really blocking a hatch, and he also wasn't in my base. So it's either one of two things: he clicked somewhere else and he forgot about it because he didn't feel like putting APM into it, or he's actually purposely hiding it to build something. So in this case, fortunately for me, he wasn't doing any shenanigans, but sometimes they do. So I can safely put my hatch down now. And I like to keep one on gas on a build like this, just so it gives me the option of layer teching earlier if I think I'm safe. So the first thing I have to do now is scout. I already scouted with my first Overlord on top of his base. I know that he has a Zealot, and I know that he's building something else. I don't know what that is yet. It could be the Stalker, it could be the Sentry, but either one is fine for me at this point. So I'm pretty much just searching everywhere at the bottom of the map here and at the top, making absolutely sure he's not proxying me at all. That's really the only thing I have to worry about at this point on this map, because it's so small that not seeing one proxy pylon could mean that whatever he decides to do is going to be at my base that much faster than on a bigger map. So this is good for me. It's always nice to feel secure. I go up and I see one Zealot, one Sentry, and a pylon at the bottom. So even if he was doing shenanigans like DTs or some weird Void Ray push, it would be late enough that I could defend it after my drone rotation. So I'm safe to drone at this point. And I'm just going to wait at the bottom of the ramp to okay, so now he builds 2 pylons. So this is even better for me, because now I feel really safe. Now I know that he really does want to expand. Or I am assuming that he wants to expand. So I can do nothing but drone at this point. So I'm going to put back on gas. I'm going to expand very soon. I see that this looks like a 3-gate expand.
Those sentries you saw are also a pretty big indicator that he's expanding.
Yeah, it told me that he had to warp in more than one at one point. So I know almost 100% for sure that it was a 3-gate expand. So for him to pop out a Void Ray at this point, it would be so late that I could put my Evo Chamber down now, and I would be fine. It would do no damage. So yes, I do see his expansion down. I see that he put a Stalker into his army, so he doesn't want me to annoy him with those lings. If I get too close, he can use them. And I'm going to be taking my additional gases about halfway through my layer tech. That's about the time I've worked it out. So it's about halfway now, so I'm going to add in 2 more. And I'm going to wait a little bit longer and maybe add in the next one. And I have a Roach one here, but I tried to delay it as much as I possibly could. I delayed my Evo Chambers so late because I knew that it's very unlikely for him to be going Void Rays at this point. And instead of building a bunch of lings, I opted to build drones, and therefore I invested in the Spine Crawler just in case he decided to push out. So now I'm going to build my first 4 roaches just as a safety net. But as you can see, I'm still kind of droning behind this. I'm not really scared of anything until I saw that, obviously. So now I have to build additional roaches and additional spine. Because now I feel like being threatened.
Let's do a time check. I feel like I'm way ahead of you.
8:06.
Okay, count up to 8:15. I don't know how I don't know how I get so far ahead of you.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay, go.
Go?
Yep.
Oh, I already went. Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, so this is a bit scary for me. I'm not really sure. Oh, never mind. I just saw an observer. Was that a fake?
That was
observer?
a fake Phoenix.
Okay. I thought that was a... Like, you can't do that. Can you? I don't know. Anyways, so this is a little bit of 3-gate pressure, but as you can see, it's not going to be that powerful at all. He's going to have to back up because he should know that if I decide to build units after this. Anyways, you see how I'm not building anything at this point? This is not bad macro. This is basically me sitting there during that fight saying to myself, because I like to be greedy in positions like that, can he push me through this or can he not? And if I was a little bit less chicken, because I wasn't sure if he was going to warp in or not, then I would have built all drones at that point. So now you can see, now I'm going into my drone rotation. I just kind of waited. But he did back off, so the ultimate mind game there would have been me building 15 drones, even though he could have attacked me if he warped in more. But okay, now I see that he has stalkers inside his base. And his army's inside of his base, so I'm 100% sure. And I actually clicked that robo, so now I know he's going a late robo. So very, very good for me. So now I'm going to take down these rocks and try to get my expansion as fast as I can. So, okay, I know that his robo is really late here, so we talked about this on the last spot. Someone asked a question about it.
Yep.
The thing you have to think about when you see someone going robo is the timing of the robo. It's not the robo itself. Unit compositions is all about when they're built, because when they're built tells you what can be afforded and when you're likely to see it. So I know at this point that going Hydralisks can be easily countered by a robo build because Colossus Tech is also in the robo build. But it doesn't mean I shouldn't build Hydralisks here, because say I scouted his base at that time and I saw his robo building something, then I obviously would not build Hydralisks because my Hydra Den was way later than his robo. I would have put down my Spire instantly. But because the robo was being built, I'm timing it now so that you can see now how his robotics base is just about to finish. Well, I built a bunch of Hydralisks now, and then waited, then used my next gas deposit to get my Spire, so that now when my Spire finishes, he's going to have maybe 1 Colossus almost finished, and I'm going to be able to warp in my 5 or 6 Corruptors to counter it. So that's how you read Colossus builds.
You just scouted the Colossus Tech too, so you know he's not powering out Immortals.
Exactly. But regardless of that, Hydralisks are good against the Gateway army, so if he did attack me here with a late robo, it would have been bad for him. So now you can see my Spire is going to time out right so that I'm able to counter his Colossus. So it's more of a... It's not really... You know, he's going Colossus to counter my Hydras, or I'm going Hydras to counter his Gateway army. It's just a tech path. Hydralisks are a DPS unit, and they are a lot better at killing things than Roaches and Lings, because they're tier 2 and they have range. Ranged units are always better at killing things. And so that I want to build them if I don't have to deal with the Colossus. But obviously he is going Colossus at this point, so now you see how it times out perfectly. He doesn't even have Thermal Lance, and I'm going to have 4 Corruptors. So it works out fine. Timing of a late robo tells me a lot. Alright, so at this point, I'm just waiting so that I can saturate my third base until I know that I'm safe. And I see that he's moving around in the middle of the map, so I don't really know whether he's going to attack me or not. But one good indicator is he hasn't even cleared the rocks where my Zergling at the bottom of the map is. So that's why I start to build about 5 drones here. Because I kind of feel like if he attacks me now, I'm able to kill his Colossus count, so it would be very beneficial for me and not good for him. So I'm able to get away with a little bit of droning. So
you just basically know he's not going to attack you.
yeah. So now I know that he's backing up, and I still think it's weird that he doesn't kill the rocks where my Zergling is at the bottom of the map. So my assumption here is maybe he wants to take the gold. And oh, actually I see it now. So at this point, all I want to do is kill off as many Colossus as I can without losing my Corruptors. Because if I can sit on a low Corruptor count, like 5 or 6, and kill off his Colossus, I am able to not build Corruptors and instead invest that gas into Hydralisks. And Hydralisks, as we mentioned, they are amazing against gateway units. So,
oh, nice cancel on that warping.
Yeah, that was huge. As you can see, Hydralisks, DPS-wise, you know, even for canceling pylons, they just kill things really quickly because they don't really need position. They can just stand there and hit so many things. So as you can see, I killed all his Colossus, so I'm investing more into Hydralisks here. So that's how I like to do my mineral deposit when I play Roach Hydra Corruptor Ball against gateways with a robotics facility. So I'm going to build as many Hydras as I can that I think I can get away with, but you don't want to build too many, obviously, because if they're all bunched up, or if you have too many Hydralisks, then the Colossus will actually counter them. So at this point, I'm just going to try to make sure that he can't take this gold, because I know that it's going to be very long before he's able to take the bottom base. Oh, he's finally going down to the bottom. So I saw that with my Zergling, so I'm going to attack up front and see what I can do. Alright, so this is really good. I know that I've devastated his Corruptor count. I mean, it's at 1 now that
Colossus count.
Yeah. What did I say? Corruptor? My Corruptor count's fine. So I'm even getting more greedy. I'm even adding in 5 more Hydralisks because I just feel like his Colossus count will not be high enough to matter. So see, this is the reason why it's good. You see in the production tab that he's switching now into Immortals, is because he knows that if I just build a little bit more Corruptors, he'll never hit that optimal number. So I'm actually ahead of him in unit countering right now, because me going additional Hydralisks means that he's hoping that I'm going into Roaches, which is why he's building the Immortals, and I'm not. So this fight's going to be a little messy because the force fields are quite good and positioning is hard, but
and
once they run out,
map seems fair.
It's too small.
So many chokes.
But I should be able to get this cancel. Nice. Okay. So at this point, I know the game's pretty much going to be over. As you can see, me building those additional Hydralisks is just so devastating for him at this point. They just do way too much damage. Blink Micro is not as effective against Hydralisks as it would have been against a lot of Roaches. And that's game.
Alright, that was game 3 in episode 5. Sorcerer versus DaisyPRIME. And we'll cut.